Watch Transit TV right now.
Keep watching Transit TV. Thank you so much.
When a coach starts to banter fans in the stadium while the game is going on and making gestures, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign at all. Pep Guardiola doing this to Liverpool fans at the Anfield today is not a good sign at all. The last coach that I remember doing that was Jose Mourinho, and that was when he was finished in Manchester United, and since then we've not seen the better. Welcome back again to the studios. EPL review. Liverpool 2, Manchester City 0. How are the mighty fallen? Liverpool now have won 18 games out of 20 under Arne Slot. When Jurgen Klopp announced that he was leaving Liverpool, and Liverpool eventually announced Arne Slot coming in. Literally unknown quantity. A lot of people did not expect this one coming. Sitting pretty 11 points above Manchester City after 13 games in EPL. This is unprecedented. And it opened 9 points ahead of second Arsenal, who is on the same point level. Same goal difference with Chelsea on second. City, 13 games into the season, 5th on the table below Brighton, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Nobody saw this one coming, but it is reality. They say nothing lasts forever. City has now lost 4 straight games in EPL. Nobody, the last time this happened was 1936 or something like that. 7 games they have not won, just 1 draw out of those 7, losing 6 out of the last 7 games that they have played. The record keeps going worse and worse. And for a whole half, City did not have shot on target in a game. And this one as well, last time it happened was 2010 against Arsenal. And you don't know. I'm not going to make this about the City because Liverpool actually stole the day. I don't know how to, and a Slot has just have this team cultured. They don't overdo things. The team just mirrors the personality of their manager. They are cultured, they are measured, they apply themselves professionally all around the pitch. Everybody does their job. They trust each other to do their job. Defenders do their job. At the front players, put pressure. They started this game with a very, very high intensity. Camping City in their own half, none of them didn't come out. City were misplacing passes. And you'll be wondering, are you watching it because this season, the away kit for Nottingham Forest is the same sky blue. You'll be wondering, is this Liverpool against Nottingham Forest or against Manchester City? And that was a reality. City, we are playing against Liverpool at Anfield this afternoon. And Liverpool ran away with this one. Like I said, the intensity, the culture, and the structure of the team. Then on top of it, you have two magnificent servants of Liverpool in the last decade or less, in the presence of Van Dijk and Mohamed Salah. This is the best. When Van Dijk is playing at this level, something is cooking for Liverpool. And then on the other side of the pitch, you see Mohamed Salah. I've said this from the beginning of the season, that if Liverpool are to achieve anything this season, Mo Salah has to stay fit. I mean, I don't know if it's 4 every 5 goals that Liverpool scores has his hands in it. Today, the 2 goals, scoring 1, assisting 1, and continually at any time he had the chance was a thorn in the flesh of Manchester City's skin. And Liverpool, you really can't say too much about what they are doing. They're not conceding goals. They're defending well. People say they have not really had injury problems this season. But I mean, Kanute and Van Dijk have formed a formidable pair this season for them. Kanute was not playing today, and still they were that solid. Trent Arnold is their first choice right back. He was away for 2 or 3 games. In the goalkeeping position, the day Alisson had his injury and confirmed it was going to be a few months, I felt that was it for Liverpool. but they kept winning. So yeah, as an Arsenal fan, we give the excuses injury. Pep give the excuses injury, but Liverpool have also had injuries. The only difference is that yes, they've not had key players out at the same time, but they've had their own fair share of injuries. So you're only just hoping on luck for them not to win this league this season. 11 points ahead of City after 13 games, 9 ahead of Arsenal and Chelsea is really looking very, very bad for the other teams, and this is going to be horrible for Arsenal because they have been the team pushing City in the last 2 seasons. If Liverpool comes under a new manager to win this league, questions are going to be asked. But let's not deviate on that right now. Let's stay on this game. Let me talk about Manchester City. There are things to put this to, but first of all, nothing lasts forever, and it looks at that time has come for City. We know it was going to happen one day, but nobody thought it was going to happen. All the expectation was going to be when Pep leaves, City is going to go back to where they're coming from. Nobody ever expected this kind of collapse to come under the watch of Pep Guardiola in Manchester City. And I'm going to put this down to, let's talk about the game today and the reason why Liverpool was all over them. Banter aside, I looked at the team. I think injury is a major part of this, and in the sense of quality of replacement. City has been a team that parade themselves with the notion of having quality in depth, but the reality has shown that they don't really have. A lot of players have left City in the last 2 seasons, and City have not replaced those players with the same level of quality. And I think that is the main issue. It's not that Rodri is injured. It's not that Kevin De Bruyne is injured, but the fact is that the players that have come in have not been able to replicate or even come close to what these other players have been doing. I was looking today, so let me even look at this team and see where this struggle is from. And one of the key areas, one of the key problems is the young man Lewis. He has been asked to do a job in the midfield that he cannot do. He's limited to doing, which is helping City to create. He is not what I looked at him today. He's not a bad player by any stretch of imagination, but the role, the responsibility that was given to him, he cannot do it because he was playing ahead of Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva was the defensive midfield per se for City. Then Akanji was moved into that middle. And most of the time, he is not a familiar terrain for him in terms of transition. I think the few times he has played in that role, he had Rodri, he wins the ball and passes to Rodri or Kevin De Bruyne. But the way City is right now, in that midfield, you have Bernardo Silva, you have the weak Gundogan, and you have Lewis. There's nobody, there's space all over the place. And Akanji was caught on the ball so many times today. So I was looking at it as, okay, now I see exactly what these issues are. These players don't have the quality. Then you go to the wings. I've been singing this one for weeks and months. Jeremy Doku, can somebody tell me what he comes into the pitch to do? Is he to dance around and go home, or does he know that it's the team that scores goals that wins the game? Maybe he doesn't know. Somebody needs to remind him. This dude has no end product. He has all the flicks and tricks, but no end product. He can't produce an assist. He can't score a goal. Goes around, runs Trent Arnold down, but nothing comes from it. Grealish looks like a pregnant woman, is overweight, but still, when he came in, the few times he made way, you could see there was more of a danger for Liverpool than Doku, who is even more vibrant. So I keep saying in Sevinho, there was a time for like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, the camera didn't even feature him in the game. Eventually when he did, it's the same thing as Doku. Flicks, turn, this, that, end of the day, no end product. And this is what I've been saying. Pep have not been blessed with the same quality or anything close to the quality that he has had. And I think this is the major reason why City are struggling. It's not just about injury. The players that have come in have not been able to replicate. And it looks like, last week we saw Pep come out from the dressing room for the press conference with wounds, and there was talk of self-harm. It's very obvious now that that was not a self-harm thing. That obviously was Bro in that dressing room, and it's been reviewed now. You can see that Ederson, who for me has been one of City's best players this season, they have been having this bad patch, but Ederson has been performing, 7 goals and doing what he normally does. Guardiola as well was dropped today. So you can see that something happened there, and very soon we're going to get the truth of this matter. And Pep Guardiola as well has to look at himself as well, because when the team was flying, all the accolades went to him. The magician is in general, he's a genius. He invents this, he invents that, and now it's time for him to invent something, find a solution, find a way. If you can't win, at least stay compact. Somehow be difficult to win, and this is what happened. We've seen this with teams in the past. When they go through these patches, you go back to the basics, and what's that? City have been conceding goals. You don't even want to put them in numbers. And what do? You try to stop once, because attacking wise you're not doing well, you're not scoring goals. Defensively you're conceding goals. What's the easiest thing to do? Make yourself difficult to beat, then work the team going forward. But what is Pep trying to do? He's staying stubborn, trying to believe that because the name of the team is Manchester City, they're going to just walk over teams. It's not going to happen that way. So he needs to go back to the basics and start to work this team from the basics again. If City continues to play with this mindset of it's going to be all right, I guarantee you it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse, because that fear factor in EPL now, like Ogum always mentions, has left. Teams no longer fear Manchester City. So and they're going to come out on them. You don't have good defenders that will defend for you. So when teams come and attack you, they don't look back. And if they put pressure, something happens, and that's what's happening now. Once Manchester City, so many times today, they looked like they're going to concede goals. And if you are going to be honest, Manchester City are lucky to have conceded just 2 goals today, because Liverpool had the chance to score like 4 or 5 goals, and City had no chance. And again, before I go to the last talking point, and let me remind you, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. Hit the like button, share this content as well. Let me talk about Haaland. When you say it, they say you're bantering because you're this fan, because you're hating on City. Haaland is not a good footballer. He's just a good scorer. And this has shown. A lot of talk have been made about this in the past, but people say because he's scoring goals, that's all you need from a striker. No. There's what they call balance. Balance in a team is very, very important. Haaland doesn't get involved, and this is one of the problems that City are having right now. Because when things go bad, you are told to roll your sleeves and walk. Haaland doesn't get involved. He's waiting for those chances, and nobody's getting those chances. And because he's limited technically, that's why he doesn't come back, because he doesn't have much to offer apart from just scoring the goals and when the chances are created. And Kevin De Bruyne is no longer on the pitch, so it's difficult to come by those chances. So Haaland is limited, and it's very obvious right now that he is a very, very limited footballer. One of the best goal scorers I've seen, yes, but as a footballer, he is very, very, very limited. And Pep Guardiola deviated from the way his teams are structured just because of by going to sign Haaland. He worked for 1 season, second season, but right now he would have known that Haaland, and he was questioned in the beginning about this. Stubbornly, he defended it, but of course Haaland was scoring goals then, and now it's becoming obvious that Haaland needs to do a little bit more for this team. Then that takes me to Pep Guardiola. When a coach starts to banter fans in a stadium while the game is going on and making gestures, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign at all. Pep Guardiola doing this to Liverpool fans at the Anfield today is not a good sign at all. The last coach that I remember doing that was Jose Mourinho, and that was when he was finished in Manchester United, and since then we've not seen the better of Mourinho anymore. Manchester City's fans should be worried. Pep Guardiola now bantering fans while game is going on. He looks worried. City fans as well, I believe, should look worried. Guardiola needs to look at himself And if we are going to be fair and serious about how football has been managed in recent years, but Guardiola is still, this is a sackable form. This is a sackable form. The only thing that's holding Pep now is what he has achieved with this team and teams he has coached in the past. But playing 7 games and winning just 1, drawing 1 and losing 6 is a very, very sackable form. And if this continues in the next coming 2 or 3 weeks, I guarantee you that Pep will either resign or Manchester City probably will look elsewhere. And that reminds me, so City fans, Haaland, Pep Guardiola, stay humble. As Haaland said, it's good to always stay humble and just walk and allow things happen. So let me know what you think. Should City be looking at Pep right now? Should Pep be looking at himself and consider walking away? You already said it that if this continues, regardless of 2 years extension contract that he has signed, that he will walk away and allow City to find solution to this. That means he cannot do it no more. So let me know what you think. Should Manchester City sack Pep Guardiola, or should Guardiola resign at this moment? Do you think that Pep can still find solution to this problem? Let me know what you think in the comment section. I will see you again next time.